Yeah, good evening, students. Just check your chat box, see the link, and join from there. Okay? Just send me a hi and say that you have joined in. Just check your chat box, students. Am I audible? Am I audible, students? Yeah, just join through the link which I have sent in the chat box. Yeah, students, can you hear me? Just acknowledge it in the chat box. Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah, just join in through the link. Once you all join, students, just acknowledge there in the YouTube chat box that you all have joined. Then I can start there. Yeah, hello. Am I audible, students? So if you know the objectives of cost accounting, yeah, some here I had. Okay. Okay. So let me first revise with this chapter. That is your chapter 3, contract costing. Now, what is contract costing? What are the terminologies that you should know and the expected questions which you will get based on the terminologies? Okay. So it's a technique to calculate cost or a contract price for a construction company. So as I have been telling you earlier, this is the very basic of cost accounting, and every chapter of cost accounting will be justifying with this formula, that is C plus P equal to S. Okay, it will be justifying this formula. So this is your total cost, this is your profit element, and this S is your selling price, and in contract costing this selling price is known as contract price. Okay, yeah, so selling price is the contract price under contract costing. Next, now who are these parties to this contract accounts or in contract costing? Who are the parties to it? So you should know what is a contract, then you should know who's a contractor, you should know who's a contractee, you should know what is about, you know, the just a minute. Yeah. So who's a contract? What's a contract? It's an agreement between two parties for a specified period of time. Okay, now this obviously the specified period of time is mentioned in the contract agreement. Okay, the period could be of 5 years, could be of 10 years. Okay, it depends on in how many years you're going to complete the contract. Okay, so that time period is specified in the agreement. Now who's a contractor? The construction company who takes the project of completing the task is called as a contractor. Okay, so he is a party or a company who undertakes the construction job for a specified period of time. Okay, so in short, in a nutshell, you can say it's the construction company who's the contractor. Okay, then who's a contractee? The person or the company who has assigned the contract to the construction company is known as a contractee. So here I have given you an example. If A is making a building, is giving the job to B for constructing a building, okay, for a period of 5 years. Okay, so see here I have specified the time period. So what's your contract? You are given the contract of making a building. So A has given a contract of completing the building to B. So B is the construction company, so that's the contractor, and A is the contractee who has given the task, who has assigned the task to Mr. B. Now what's the contract price? I just give you an example of C plus P equal to S. The contract price is nothing but the selling price which is quoted by the construction company. It is the price which is mentioned in the contract by both the parties at the time of signing the contract for a specified period of time. Work certified, it is that portion of work completed which is certified by the surveyor. It's calculated on the selling price. Okay, so say for example, if the building is taking 5 years for its completion, and the contract price of the building is say around 200 crores, so you have to divide 200 crores into 5 years. Okay, so if you divide 200 crores into 5 years, it comes to around 40 crores, correct? Yeah, the 40 crores every year has to be paid to the contractor. Fine. Who will decide how much to pay? He has to do that much of portion of job completion, full completion, so that he can be paid accordingly. Okay, so depending on how much the work is certified, okay, it is certified always by a surveyor, that is an engineer who looks after the complete task of seeing how much of the portion of the work is as per the agreement. Okay, work uncertified, it is opposite of work certified, the pending work. Say for example 5 years का contract है, and you have मतलब 5 years में the building will be 100% complete. So if you divide 5 years, right, so that means every year how much percent you will complete? 20%. Second year next 20%, third year next 20%, and then fourth year next 20%, fifth year next 20%. So like this it will be completed. Okay, right? So say for example in the first year it is 20% completed, but the surveyor gives you a certificate, no, it is not 20% completed, it is only 15% certified with the surveyor. So that 15% is work certified, and the balance 5% which the surveyor has not certified, that is known as work uncertified. Okay, and that's the reason it is calculated on cost. Okay, and work certified is calculated on selling price. Don't forget this minute important part. Now what is this cash receive? जितना आपने काम सर्टिफाई करवाया है उस पे आप अमाउंट पे करोगे. ओके, सो व्हाट इज कैश रिसीव? इट इज द अमाउंट पेड बाय द कॉन्ट्रैक्टी टू द कॉन्ट्रैक्टर ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ परसेंटेज ऑफ वर्क सर्टिफाइड. ओके, सो अगर उसने 15% काम कंप्लीट किया है तो यू विल पे हिम 15% as per that 15% of the work which is completed. So like मैंने अभी आपको एग्जाम्पल दिया, जैसे 200 crores का प्रोजेक्ट है, आप 5 years में उसको डिवाइड करोगे 200 crores को, तो 40 years 40 crores 40 crores 40 crores, like that every year the amount will be. So 40 crores you will pay when it is 20% completed, but if it is 15% completed then you will pay 15% of 40 crores. Okay, so that much amount will be paid. Okay, then what is this retention money? The money which is withheld or which is not paid by the contractee to the contractor is known as retention money. And why does he withhold the money? वो क्यों अपने पास पैसा रख रहा है, क्यों पूरा पैसा नहीं दे रहा है? Obviously जब तक पूरा 100% contract complete नहीं होगा तब तक वो money अपने पास withheld करेगा. So it is the amount that is withheld by the contractee on grounds of incomplete work. Contractee will pay only when incomplete work is fully completed by the contractor in future. Okay, and what is this notional profit? It is the estimated profit which is calculated for the contract account for a particular accounting period. Okay, so this is the format of a contract account. This is the format. Okay, so it calculates your WIP, work certified, uncertified. Then it takes into consideration your raw material consumed, wages related to the contract, subcontract charges, depreciation on assets which are in use and in connection to the contract. Okay, see I have given a note there. Note for assets used in contract only. If the asset is not used for the purpose of the contract, then the depreciation of that particular asset will not come in contract account, it will come in P&L account. Okay, and expenses related to contract. This word is very important. You have to debit only those expenses on the debit side of the contract account which is in relation to the contract. Okay, yeah. If it is not in relation to the contract, then it will go in P&L account. Okay, then closing WIP, work certified, uncertified. Okay, and then this assumption, this one, okay, this assumption is taken only for the last year of the contract. Okay, say for example, your contract is going to be completed in 3 years. So first year, second year, third year. Okay, so third year mein there will be work certified, there will be work uncertified. This will become opening work certified and opening work uncertified. Then you will get again second year mein closing work certified, closing work uncertified. This will become opening work certified, opening work uncertified. But in the third year, you will assume, since the contract is going to be 100% complete, we will not have any uncertified and certified work. We'll assume that the contractee will pay the full amount of contract price to the contractor, that is the construction company. So a journal entry is passed. Okay, contractee account debit to contract account. Okay, so that's the assumption, this one only for the last year of the contract. Okay, so these are some minute details which you have to remember. Next, now see, इसके related आपको small conceptual sums आ सकते हैं. Then you will get your notional profit. Now once you get your notional profit, now students, once you get this step, now then your real work starts. After that you have to check your percentage of work certified. Okay, now percentage of work certified, once you get, it is work certified upon contract price into 100. Okay, so you will get some percentage. Okay, so there is a range according to which the formula is applied, and a part of the money is transferred to P&L account and the balance part is transferred to reserves account. Okay, so this is all what you have to be attentive about, कि जो आपका notional profit आया है उसके बाद आपका work certified का percentage कितना है, how much is the percentage of your work certified. Okay, so this is the range. Yeah, what to do after calculating notional profit? I just explained you that you have to calculate your percentage of work certified, that is work certified upon contract price into 100, and then these are the 4 probable range. Yeah, the first range is you have to transfer the entire balance to reserves account. Okay, then the first range is 0 to 25. The second range is greater than equal to 25 but less than 50, and the third range is greater than equal to 50 but less than 100, and the last range, the fourth range, is exactly equal to 100. Okay, so if you fall in the first category, then the entire balance should be transferred to reserve. Okay, nothing will go in P&L. P&L में 0 जाएगा, the entire balance will be transferred to reserves account. And if you fall in the second range, then P&L में how much will go? 1/3 into notional profit into cash received upon work certified. If you fall in the third range, then how much will go to P&L? 2/3 into notional profit into cash received upon work certified. Okay, and if it is exactly 100, मतलब पूरा contract complete हो रहा है, then the entire balance will go to profit and loss account. Okay, so this is very, very important. This calculation of range is very important. Okay, and then your probable sums are divided as what do you call it? Yeah, multiple contracts. Yeah, you have sums on multiple contracts. Multiple contract sums means where there will be more than one contract. Okay, for 1 year. Okay, more than one contract and the time period will be 1 year. Okay, like this. See, There are two contracts, contract A, contract B, and it is for a period of only 1 year. Okay, like this. इसमें important is calculation of RMC. So this is the highlight of calculating an RMC. How do you calculate RMC? It is the same formula what you use in other chapters, that is opening stock of raw material, add purchase of raw material, less closing stock of raw material, same. But थोड़ा सा अलग. इसमें क्या होगा? Opening stock of raw material तो you will take, yes. साथ में add incoming raw material. Okay, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So add incoming raw material and less outgoing. Anything that is going out from the contract you will subtract, anything that is coming inside the contract you will add. Okay, so this you have to remember, calculation of RMC. Okay, yeah. Then yes, you have to remember this calculation of depreciation. How is depreciation calculated in contract account? Yeah, so simple. Cost plant of the cost of the asset which is in use less WDV. Okay, that gives you depreciation. Okay, this is one way, and there is one more way. In case if depreciation is not given in the question, say the cost and the WDV is not given, and they tell you to calculate depreciation, then there is one more way to calculate depreciation. The basic formula of depreciation, that is cost of the asset minus scrap value of the asset, okay, divided by life of the asset. So this is also one of the techniques of calculating depreciation under contract costing. Okay, so just remember this small minute details. Okay, yeah, and see, notional profit आएगा तो ही आपको रेंज कैलकुलेट करना है. Notional profit is calculated, I mean range this I'm talking about this calculation of percentage of work certified. This is calculated only when you get notional profit. If you get a loss, then this is not applicable. Then you don't have to go and search how much percentage work is completed and no application of formula. Okay, this is the best example. Yes, look into this sum. इधर देखो, contract B में there is no notional profit. See, there is a loss. Okay, and there is no provision for application of losses. I mean, there is no provision as such ki you have to calculate percentage of work certified when there is a notional loss. The provision is only when there is a notional profit. Okay, so see, यहाँ पे loss आया है contract B में, so the loss related to contract is transferred to dash account. It is transferred to P&L account. Okay, so these are the probable types of questions which you may get. And this is a balance sheet style of writing I mean current assets. This is a balance sheet extract of a contract account, of a contract costing. Okay, see, it starts with fixed assets. Yeah, plant with its WDV value, that is cost less depreciation. Then current assets, bifurcation. You will have your debtors. Who are those debtors here? Your contractee, okay, will be your debtor here. So whatever balance you get in your contractee's accounts is a part of current asset here. Then closing stock, with stock, closing stock of raw material. Then WIP. So this is the breakup of WIP in contract costing. Work certified, work uncertified, less reserves, less cash received. Okay, so you may get this probable questions related to calculation of WIP. Okay, then you have sums based on contracts with multiple years, matlab opposite. One contract with more than 1 year. Only one contract but with more than 1 year. Okay. So here you have to remember things like, the closing stock of the first year will become the opening stock of the second year. Closing stock of the second year will become opening stock of the third year. Okay. These all minute concepts you should keep in mind. Same goes for depreciation calculation in multiple years sum. Okay, closing WDV becomes opening WDV. Okay, this all you should remember. And then ये बहुत ही favorite question है examiners का, calculation of architect fees. Okay, on cumulative basis. Yeah. Okay, so if they tell you architect fees is say 5% of work certified, and work certified is a cumulative figure, okay, like this, I will show it to you in the question, cumulative figure. So exam mein how will you come to know it's a cumulative figure? That is important. Yeah, see, work certified, a cumulative figure. Okay, और उस पे अगर आपको बोला है calculate work architect fees, then how will you go for it? And how would you come to know in exam ki this is cumulative work certified or non-cumulative work certified? So what did I tell you? I had discussed this when I was doing the sum, that the last year of the contract work certified should be equal to the contract price. I repeat, the last year of the contract should be equal to the contract price. So what is my last year of contract? Work certified is how much? 1 crore. And what is the contract price given in the question? 1 crore. So this should match. ये match हो गया तो समझ जाना it is a cumulative work certified. Okay, so in such cases when you are calculating architect fees, it will be on the difference amount. Okay, yeah. Why difference amount? Because it is cumulative. Cumulative means when I say 6 rupees, और इससे पहले वाला year का say it was 4 rupees, that means, and second year का it is 6 rupees, and I say it's cumulative, that means पहले वाले year का 4 rupees उसमें already added है, तो current year का सिर्फ 2 ही रुपया है. Is that clear? हाँ, तो same application is here. So 22,50,000, next year it is 75 lakhs. That means 22,50,000 pay I have already paid architect fees. Why would I pay it again? Okay, right? So I will be paying only on the difference. So this is the what do you call the, okay, so this is the most important part. Okay, next important aspect is estimated contract. Okay, yeah, so when you are doing sums on estimated contract, you are actually, yeah, this one. So this is the format of an estimated contract, okay, where you will be taking the current year, the estimated year, and then the total on the same. Okay, and you will calculate your what do you call it? Yeah, you will calculate your notional profit based on estimated profit. Okay. So in estimated contract costing, P&L account में there is no calculation of range. Okay, no range calculation, no 2/3, no 1/3, nothing. You just have to apply this formula: estimated profit upon work certified into work certified upon contract price. That's it. Okay, so this is what you are going to apply, and your numerator and denominator will change as per the question requirement also. That is also again the important highlight. ठीक है. Now next thing, I will just take you with a quick brush up with process costing. So what is this all about? It is all about calculating the cost price of a good at each stage of production. Okay. So here also certain important things are there. Now in process costing, which cost is taken into consideration? Cost only up to factory expenses is taken into consideration. That is a direct cost plus indirect cost only up to the stage of factory. Okay, this was important. Then this concept is important, input and output wala. Okay, if I put 20 kgs and I get output of 18, so the loss of 2 kgs can either be a normal loss or an abnormal loss. Okay, so this is all about normal loss. Loss due to internal factors like boiling, heating, evaporation, cooling process, which is invisible. Okay, it is that loss. It is an expected loss because once I put a container, a liquid container for heating or boiling, I know there has to be a reduction in the output later. Okay, so normal loss is what? It is a percentage on raw material input quantity. Okay, and in that also you have two types of normal losses: loss in weight or scrap loss. Okay, so loss in weight is what? It is just reduction in the quantity and with no scrap value. And scrap loss is what? Reduction in quantity plus saleable in market. That means it has a scrap value. Okay, then there is this concept of abnormal loss. Okay, what is abnormal loss? Loss due to external factors like loss by theft, loss by fire, natural calamities, strike, lockouts, okay, machine failure, power failure. All these things leads to abnormal losses. Okay, and this is the formula of calculating abnormal loss. So this is very important highlight in calculation of sums. Abnormal loss is debit minus credit of the amount column divided by quantity column into abnormal loss in quantity. What is an abnormal gain? Yeah, actual loss is less than the expected loss. उल्टा मतलब मैंने 20 kgs डाला और मुझे आउटपुट में 21 kgs मिला, so 1 kg ज़्यादा आ गया. Okay, this situation happens, it arises when you are using very good quality of raw material, you are having a combination of efficient laborers, you are using the latest technologies, you are having control over your wastages. Okay, you are having control over your idle hours. When you have a combination of all these factors, you do experience situations of abnormal gain. Okay, and which side it is recorded? Abnormal gain is recorded on dash side of process account, debit side of process account. Okay, and this is the formula, same to abnormal loss. This is the probable difference between abnormal loss and normal loss. Accidental loss, recurring in nature, that is expected loss. It is due to external factors. Normal loss is due to internal factors. Okay, normal loss cannot be insured, but abnormal loss can be insured to some extent. Okay, this is the format of a process account. Okay, your abnormal loss and your abnormal gain and the output, their cost price should be same. Okay, that's how you will you'll come to know the answer that you're calculating is correct. Okay, so in this you have three varieties. One is a simple process where you just make a process account. Okay, you just make a process account and a probable abnormal gain and loss account. Okay, this is very important from theoretical point of view, treatment of normal loss. Okay, so this is what you assume in normal loss situation. Okay, that the difference, assume the difference in abnormal gain to be sold at scrap value. So the journal entry becomes cash bank to normal loss account, and assume abnormal loss to be realized at scrap value. So the journal account. Okay. Then if you want to know the profit or loss in process account, we prepare dash ledger, costing, profit and loss ledger. Okay, like this. Now this is the theoretical part of abnormal loss, very important from examination point of view. Treatment of abnormal loss. This is what we do first, abnormal loss to process account. Then you assume that it is realized in cash, so cash to abnormal loss. And how will you realize it? You will realize it at scrap value, which will be given, and difference in abnormal loss will be transferred to costing P&L account. So the journal entry becomes CPL to abnormal loss. Okay, and this is the treatment of abnormal gain, process account debit to abnormal gain account, and then you assume it is going at a scrap value, so abnormal gain to normal loss account. So what are you actually doing? You're just trying to give a set off effect. See, here it is credit, here you are debiting it. You are just trying to give a set off effect as per book records. So this is a imaginary entry done only for the purpose of book records. That's it. Difference in abnormal gain account will be transferred to dash account. It will be transferred to CPL account. Okay. This is one part. Then in the other part you have process account where output is partly sold and partly transferred. So when such cases arise, so what do you have to do? Partly sold partly transferred में जो सेल है उसको सेलिंग प्राइस पे करो, ओके जो ट्रांसफ़र टू नेक्स्ट प्रोसेस है उसको कॉस्ट प्राइस पे करो, और जो दोनों के बीच का डिफरेंस है वेदर प्रॉफिट और लॉस, दैट यू ट्रांसफर टू कॉस्टिंग P&L अकाउंट. ओके, एंड वन लास्ट पार्ट इज देयर, प्रोसेस स्टॉक अकाउंट करके एक है. या सो प्रोसेस स्टॉक अकाउंट में व्हाट यू डू, वेरी सिंपल, closing stock you value at cost price. And how do you get cost price? Obviously from the process account. Simple. And opening stock ka what? Opening stock will be generally given in the question. If in case it is not, then we will value at cost price of the process account. Okay. So now let me ask you certain concepts. Let me see how much clarity you have about the concept. Okay, let me check. Okay, now we have revised 2 questions. So let me check the clarity of the questions. Okay, so you just look at the screen. I just want to test your concepts and let's see what, to what extent you have understood that. So I'm right now doing process with you, so I'll ask on that. So if I'm telling you abnormal gain, okay, I am just see what I am writing. Abnormal gain arises because of, okay, because of dash. Say I give you options. Okay, say I tell you abnormal gain arises because of what do you call this, output quantity is more than input quantity. Okay, or I can tell you say one more reason could be reduction in normal loss. I can give you a third reason called abnormal loss is avoided, so you get abnormal gain. Is it? Or say none. So what do you think? What is the most appropriate answer? Abnormal gain arises because of, I just showed you the theory part of abnormal gain. So output quantity is more than input quantity. What is the reason behind it? Yeah, this is the meaning of abnormal gain. अभी मैंने बताया था ना, आपने रॉ मटेरियल डाला 20 kgs का, अभी एक एग्जांपल दिया और आपको से आउटपुट मिला 21 kgs का, एक यूनिट आपको ज़्यादा मिला ना, 1 unit more you got. So this is output quantity is more than input quantity. Am I clear students? समझ में आया? Okay. I'll I'll ask you some, I can give you one more example. Okay, this was in one of the sums. Okay, if input is say 8400 units, I'm talking input is 8400 और तुम्हारा normal loss is 15%, okay, and your output is 7500 units. Okay, 7500 units. Then how much will be your abnormal gain, students? Okay, so such small concepts you should be clear with, because this is the main part of a sum. Your input is 8400 units, your normal loss is 15%, your output is 7500 units. So what would be your abnormal gain? So like, you may get 4 options. Okay, so you just solve and see which is the right answer, and accordingly you can tick mark. So इसको आप कैसे solve करोगे? Okay, how will you solve this? So say I make a process account. Okay, we are interested only in the quantity, students. Yeah, quantity. So input कितना है? 8400. So you write it here. Okay, you will write your input here, 8400 in the quantity column. Okay, how much is your output? 7500 is your output. ठीक है, how much is your normal loss? 15%. So normal loss का what is the formula? 15% of input. So calculate करो, 8400 का 15% is how much? 1260. So write here 1260. Correct? Then balance your quantity column, you will get the answer. So just check the credit side. 1260 plus 7500 is how much? 8760. तो ये साइड ज़्यादा है, 8760. So difference कितना हुआ? 8760 minus 8400 is how much? 360. So my answer is 360. Abnormal gain. Okay, clear everyone, right? So in one of the options the answer would be 360. So you can say the answer is here. Option यहाँ दिया है 360. So you have to put a tick mark there. Okay, clear about this concept also? Yeah. So as a small logical concepts you have to remember. Okay. The same way you can be asked for abnormal loss also. Abnormal loss ka calculation. So the balancing figure will be on the credit side. Okay. Then yeah, this was also there in one of the sums. Just see. Actual output बोला था 25,000 units. This I had discussed. Normal loss say is 3000. Calculate किया हुआ है. And abnormal loss is 2000 units. Okay. So calculate the input. Okay. उल्टा. अब उल्टा हो गया. Actual output is given to you 25,000. Normal loss is given to you 3000. Abnormal loss is given to you 2000. And input is asked to you. So in the, they may give you 4 options. And out of that, you have to solve and see which is the right answer and accordingly tick the correct option. Okay. So how do you solve this sum? Obviously, same way. You will prepare a rough process account that you have to do. Okay. एक quantity और एक amount column. Output. Output कहाँ आता है? इधर credit side by output. How much is the output? 25,000 is the output. Okay. 25,000 is the output. Then normal loss किधर आता है? इधर credit side. Normal loss how much? 3,000. फिर abnormal loss किधर आता है? इधर credit side. Abnormal loss how much? 2,000. Okay. Solve it. Credit side minus debit side, where I will get the input का answer. Okay. So such concepts based 3,000 plus 2,000 plus 25,000. So answer is 30,000. Okay. So say you got the answer as 30,000. So say if in any one option, whatever will be your right answer, you have to solve, see which is the right answer and accordingly put a tick. Okay. So all these things we have done in 15 marks questions. I am just showing you a part of it, the most important and the calculative part of it, and how it can be framed. Okay. Accordingly. Okay. Do you have any doubts with respect to anything? You can ask me in the chat box. If you have any doubts with respect to anything right now, you can ask me in the chat box. I will answer it out. And I hope you all are understanding the application based. Yeah. So if you are revising a full-fledged 15-mark sum, then obviously you can do such conceptual based sums. So for this, you should know the 15-mark sum first. Okay. Yeah. So say contract ke related, I can ask you a question. Okay. We had done rectification work, right? Yeah, we had done this part. So say cost of rectification, ये हमने कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में किया था. कॉस्ट ऑफ रेक्टिफिकेशन ऑफ डिफेक्टिव वर्क. ओके. सो इसका क्या करोगे आप? वेयर विल यू रिफ्लेक्ट दिस cost of rectification of defective work in contract account? Which side it will come? Cost of rectification of defective work in contract account, which side will it come? Anyone? Which side will it come in contract account? Cost of rectification of defective work. I mean, where is it reflected? Okay, so it will be reflected in contract account. Which side? Debit side. It's an expense. Okay, it's an expense and it is related to your contract. So you have to, pass it where? Debit side of contract account. Okay. Now with respect to contract, I can also ask you, I had spoken about retention money when I was revising with you. So can anybody tell me retention money is equal to what? Okay, so I'm just telling you that's work certified minus work uncertified, or is it contract price minus work certified, or is it work certified minus payment received by contractee? Okay, sorry, payment received by contractor को मिलता है पैसा, contractor. Okay, so retention money, I just said when I was revising, what is retention money? The unpaid part of the money. Okay, why do you keep, I mean why does the contractee keep that money with him? Because जब तक contractor पूरा काम complete नहीं करेगा 100%, वो तब तक उसको पूरा पैसा क्यों देगा? तो वो अपने पास withheld करेगा. So according to the meaning of retention money, which is the best answer to this? Retention money is equal to what? Is it equal to work certified minus work uncertified, your contract price minus work certified, or work certified minus payment received by contractor? Yeah, very good, Chanchal. Yeah, it is. Yeah, work certified minus payment received to contractor. Okay, so that is what I keep telling you कि अगर आप लोग अच्छे से theory पढ़ के जाओगे, जो भी मैंने आपको दिया है during lectures, I have given you one-liner theories, I have given it to you, so you can attempt. And if you have listened to lectures when I was solving all the 15-mark sums to you all, so if you remember the steps, what ma'am has done, how ma'am calculated this amount, so this only conceptual part only we are asking. Okay, yeah. So when I was doing process costing with you, I had also told you about एक बाय प्रोडक्ट के बारे में भी मैंने एक बार डिस्कशन किया था. ठीक है, तो मैं उसके बेस पे आपको एक क्वेश्चन पूछती हूँ. द प्रोडक्ट, आई हैड सेड दिस व्हेन आई वाज डूइंग विद यू ऑल, आई हैड एक्सप्लेन्ड यू दिस वन कॉन्सेप्ट. एक जॉइंट प्रोडक्ट्स और एक बाय प्रोडक्ट के बारे में हमने बात किया था. सो द प्रोडक्ट विच हैज़ lower, this is what I had explained, a lower sales value than the main product than the main product is a dash. Okay, so we had discussed about joint products, we had discussed about byproducts. ओके, और मैंने आप लोगों को ये भी बोला था कंज्यूमर प्रोडक्ट, और एक होता है इकोनॉमिक प्रोडक्ट. सो इफ यू रिमेंबर द थ्योरी पार्ट, व्हाट डू यू थिंक, व्हाट इज द डेफिनेशन ऑफ अ बाय प्रोडक्ट or a joint product? A product which has a lower sales value than the main product. Okay, if you remember I had given you example of jaggery, sugar का example मैंने दिया था आपको. जैसे शुगर अगर आपका मेन प्रोडक्ट है, फिनिश गुड्स है आपका, तो ये आपका मेन प्रोडक्ट है. तो शुगर के साथ मैंने आपको बोला था बायगैसेस एंड मोलासिस करके दो बाय प्रोडक्ट आते हैं. Okay, I said even if you don't want biogases and molasses to be produced, it will be produced automatically, by default produce होगा. Okay, so this biogases and molasses, I told you, it is used by whom? It is used by paper industry. वहाँ ये raw material बन जाता है, तो you can sell it. Okay, that is why product which has a lower sales value, इसका cost शुगर के cost से obviously कम होगा. और जो शुगर आप बेचते हो जिस सेलिंग प्राइस पे, वो सेलिंग प्राइस पे आपका बायोगैसेस और मोलासेस आप पेपर इंडस्ट्री को नहीं बेच सकते ऑब्वियसली. ओके, सो अ बाय प्रोडक्ट विल ऑलवेज हैव अ लोअर सेल्स वैल्यू देन द मेन प्रोडक्ट. ओके, सो दिस वन कॉन्सेप्ट आई हैड डिस्कस्ड विद यू, आई रिमेंबर अबाउट शुगर वाला. ओके, एंड देन there was one more, what I could remember, what I had discussed with you all. This was there. Then okay, in contract costing, ये भी हमने एक सम में किया था. In contract costing, in one of the sums, in contract costing, loss of material, okay, by fire is debited to dash. So what do you think? In contract costing, loss of material by fire is debited to where? What could you see the probable answer? CPL account, say FPL account, contract account, और कॉन्ट्रैक्टीज अकाउंट. किधर जाएगा? Where do you think it will go? Where do you think this should go? In one of the sums we have done this. Loss of material by fire is debited to which account? यहाँ पे वो वाला कॉन्सेप्ट आएगा जो अभी मैंने रिवाइज करवाया था, रिलेटेड एक्सपेंसेस एंड अनरिलेटेड एक्सपेंसेस. Okay, yeah, related expenses and unrelated. So it is a related expense, right? It will go here, contract account. Unrelated होता तो फिर यहाँ जाता P&L में. ठीक है? Yeah. Okay, like this. If it is related, then it will go here. If it is unrelated, then it will go here. Okay, so please don't forget these small minute conceptual details. Okay, so ये हमने किया था सम्स में. और क्या इम्पोर्टेंट एलिमेंट किया था हमने? आउटपुट बता दिया मैंने. हाँ, one more important part in our question was, yeah, just pay attention. In contract costing, payments, ये भी हमने डिस्कस किया था, कैश रिसीव वाला. पेमेंट ऑफ कैश टू द कॉन्ट्रैक्टर इज मेड ऑन व्हाट बेसिस? Okay, so what is the basis? So I'll give you the basis. It is on the basis of work uncertified, or is it on the basis of WIP? Is it on the basis of work certified, or is it on the basis of retention money? So if you know the meaning of everything which I had discussed abhi in the beginning of the lecture revision part, I had just discussed work certified क्या होता है, work uncertified क्या होता है, okay, retention money क्या होता है. So what do you think is the right answer? In contract costing, payment of cash to contractor is made on what basis? Because this is also यहाँ हमने formula भी discuss किया था. Cash received is what percentage on? So that is the answer, the correct answer for this question. Okay. So cash received is a percentage on work certified. So it is paid on this basis. Okay. So this is what, yeah. Okay. The next important thing, I mean, if you, yeah, Riddhi, very good. Yeah, your answer is correct. Yeah. If you have any other query, you can please put it in the chat box. It will be answered, obviously. Just put it in the chat box, dear. और एक हमने अभी beginning में एक किया था. Okay, so let me revise it with you all. अभी just beginning में I had revises. Dash is a person for whom contract job is undertaken. Anyone? I told you in the beginning what terminologies, you have to remember those terminologies, okay, because a lot of questions can be framed, you can expect from that part, terminologies wala part. तो ये अभी हमने किया था. Dash is a person for whom contract job is undertaken. So what is the answer? Write it in the chat box. Okay, so what do you think is the probable answer? Yeah, very good, Samita. Very good. Yeah. So the answer is contractor. Very good. Okay. So just go through those, conceptual part. That is what my revision tells. Yeah. Now, a question we will speak on contract costing. May that calculation of range wala part, where the formula is applied. Okay. So say when contract work is completed, okay, when your contract work is completed, okay, when your contract work is completed to say 20%, okay, then P&L account to be credited to how much? I mean, what is the range? Whether it is nil, means 0, or it will be the full amount. This is all part of your 15 marks questions. 1/3 profit or should it be 2/3 profit? ये चारों options आपके formula में आते हैं. So which is the probable right answer? If contract work is completed to 20%, how much amount should be credited to P&L? Nil, full amount, 1/3 or 2/3. Okay, when I was revising the chapter, I had said आपको range याद रखना है 0 to 25, greater than equal to 25 but less than 50, greater than equal to 50 but less than 100, and exactly 100 वाला range. Yeah, very good Vaibhavi, absolutely correct. कुछ भी नहीं जाएगा. Okay, why? Because you are coming in the first range, 0 to less than 25. Okay, very good, absolutely correct. Okay, so whatever I have discussed with you all, whatever sums we have done, please just revise it. Okay, just revise it in detail. अच्छे से revise करके जाइए. Now one small question I will give for you to solve. Just try this sums, students. Yeah, just small question. Total cost is rupees say 69,920. It's a very nice sum. थोड़ा challenging है. Yeah. Scrap value of normal loss is say scrap value of normal loss is rupees 1520. Input is 1900 units. Normal loss is 190 units. Abnormal loss is 30 units. ठीक है, बहुत ही अच्छा सम है ये, 30 units. So how much will be the cost of your abnormal loss? कितना होगा? मतलब abnormal loss in rupees चाहिए मुझे. How will you solve this sum? Okay, this is your total cost. This is the scrap value of your normal loss. Okay, this is the input quantity. This is normal loss in units. This is abnormal loss in is 30 units. Okay, small. Same हमारे sums में भी ये सब information रहता है. तो जब भी ऐसा टाइप का sum आता है, अभी थोड़ी देर पहले भी हमने और 2-3 sum ऐसे किए, तो क्या करोगे आप लोग? You are going to prepare what? You are going to prepare a rough process account, obviously. Okay, तो let us make a rough process account. ठीक है, एक रफ प्रोसेस अकाउंट बनाते हैं, अमाउंट कॉलम क्वांटिटी कॉलम वाला. ओके, सो टू इनपुट हाउ मच 1900. ओके, और उसका कॉस्ट कितना है? 69,920. ओके, लाइक दिस. एंड देन नेक्स्ट क्या है? नॉर्मल लॉस. नॉर्मल लॉस कितना है? 190. व्हाट इज द अमाउंट ऑफ नॉर्मल लॉस? 1520. Next is what? Abnormal loss. Abnormal loss is how much? 30. Okay, we'll write that. That's it. Bas. Only this much is given. Okay, and they want you to calculate this. वो चाहते हैं आप ये बताओ, आप उनको ये calculate करके दो. How much is the cost of abnormal loss? So it is simple. We know ना formula. I just told you abnormal loss का formula. What is the abnormal loss rupees का formula? Debit minus credit side of the amount column divided by debit minus credit side of the quantity column multiplied with abnormal loss in quantity. So substitute करो. Debit side of my quantity amount column 69,920. Credit side is 1520. Debit side quantity is 1900. Credit side quantity is 190. And multiplied with 30. Okay, like this you have to solve. ठीक है, तो 69,920 minus 1520 is how much? 68,400. Okay, divided by 1900 minus 190. So I'm just doing this small concept so that when you're revising, obviously when you revise your sums, you know about all these things. 1710 multiplied with 30. ठीक है, तो 68,400 divided by 1710 into 30. So 1200 is my answer. So my answer here will be 1200. Is this clear? Okay. So these are small conceptual sums. Okay. Am I clear to everyone? Yeah, just acknowledge it in the chat box. Yeah, is it clear now? So this is how you're gonna solve. Okay, this is what you do in a 15-mark sum, right? Yeah. Okay, so just make a note of all these things. Just have a note of all these things. We'll give you one more concept on this. So I'm just matching with two more sums. Yeah. Say if I tell you, yeah, write this. Process output. मतलब output. Okay, yeah. Output is say 25,000 units. Obviously when I use the word output means it is in quantity only. Okay, say normal loss is 3000 units. Okay, abnormal loss is 2000 units. Okay, so उल्टा अभी हमने किया है साइड, इनपुट कितना होगा. Okay, some of the information, some of the other one information will be missing. बाकी का 3 is given, one will be obviously missing, then only you can find it. Okay, output is 25 normal. Whenever such sums are there, बिना प्रोसेस अकाउंट के तो आंसर मिलेगा ही नहीं आपको. प्रोसेस अकाउंट तो आपको बनाना ही पड़ेगा. सो आउटपुट क्रेडिट साइड पे आता है, कितना है 25,000. नॉर्मल लॉस कितना है 3000. एबनॉर्मल लॉस कितना है 2000. सॉल्व करो, क्लोज द क्वांटिटी कॉलम, वॉट एवर इज द बैलेंसिंग फिगर. 25 plus 2 27, 27 plus 3 is 30. Okay, so my answer is 30,000. So this is my input. Okay, so this is how I will calculate. Okay, वन मोर. अभी एक सिमिलर सम हमने अभी मैंने एक आपको अभी पूछा था. या जस्ट अ मिनट स्टूडेंट्स, लेट मी रिवाइज द सी दैट. या अभी हमने एक रेंज वाला सम लिया था ना 20% वाला. ओके, सो व्हाट इफ सेम सम आई एम कंटिन्यूइंग. व्हाट इफ योर वर्क सर्टिफाइड इज 50%. So how much will be transferred to P&L? Yeah, please, I want to know this. If work certified is 50%, how much will be transferred to P&L? Wow, Chanchal, very good. So how much will be transferred to P&L? So when such questions are asked, you have to go to the range. What is your first range? 0 to less than 25. What is the second range? Greater than equal to 25. Greater than equal to 25 but less than 50. What is the third range? Greater than equal to 50 but less than 100. So you are falling in this range, equal to 50. So how much will be transferred to P&L? 2/3 will be transferred to P&L. Okay? And process costing is applied to which industries? Manufacturing industries only, where yeah, the products are manufactured in different layers. Okay, in different process. Okay, say I give you an example. Say paper industry. I'll give you one example. Paper industry. Say I give you transport industry. Say I give you an example of repair works. So if I have to ask you, out of this 3 industry, where is process costing applicable? कौन सी industry में process costing is best suited? Obviously your correct answer is paper. Transport industry के लिए there is a separate cost calculation way called as service costing. Okay, repair work is not a part of paper I mean does not undergo any layers of process. Okay, yeah, it is the paper industry which goes through layers of processing. It is manufactured in stages. So any finished goods which is manufactured in stages, their process costing is applicable. ठीक है? और construction industry, construction costing is applicable wherever there is constructions, making of dams, making of bridges, okay, making of roads. So there it is applicable. Okay, so one more thing I wanted to ask you all. अभी हमने डिस्कस किया था इन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में. ओके, वर्क अनसर्टिफाइड एंड वर्क सर्टिफाइड. सो वर्क work uncertified is calculated on which basis? And work uncertified is calculated on which basis? You should know this answer. Work uncertified, since the work is incomplete, yet to be completed. So, yeah, in both the cases, work certified and uncertified, the work is completed, but it is not certified. In the first case, it is not certified by the surveyor, and in the second case, it is certified by the surveyor. Okay, so don't get confused कि work uncertified मतलब work is incomplete. No, work uncertified also means work is complete but not accepted by the surveyor. Okay, so that is the reason its calculation base is always cost price. Okay, and work certified means it is accepted by the surveyor, approved by the surveyor, and so its calculation base will be always selling price. Okay, this is very important. Fine. So any queries you all have? If you have any queries, yeah, very good, Chanchal. Yeah, work uncertified is calculated on cost price. Yeah, your answer is correct. Okay, so any queries you all have, you all can ask in the chat box, dear. You people can ask the queries in the chat box if you have any doubts pertaining to any concepts. Okay, so I have done the probable revision with you. ये सब minute details है जो sum solving में बहुत काम आते हैं, बहुत ज़रूरी है. If you make mistakes here, I mean these are all conceptual, all application based. A small mistake here and there will lead to wrong calculation of cost, whether it is contract costing or whether it is your process costing. Okay, and don't forget process costing में abnormal loss, abnormal gain is calculated on cost price. Okay, yeah, और आपका आउटपुट भी कॉस्ट प्राइस पे कैलकुलेट होता है. पता है ना, मैंने आप लोगों को बताया था हाउ टू वेरीफाई द आंसर. Yeah, the cost price of your abnormal loss or abnormal gain and the cost price of your output should match. Okay, and don't forget in process costing, opening stock is valued at cost price and closing stock is also valued at cost price. Opening stock will be generally given, but in case if it is not given, you can take the cost price as cost price of the respective process as the valuation base. Okay, yeah. So I hope all the doubts are clear pertaining to everything. So chapter 1 and 2 we have done it, revision. Chapter 3 and 4 is also done. So all the best for your exams. Still, if anybody has doubt, can ask.